All right. Hello, everybody. It is 7 o'clock, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. While this meeting is being held in person, in consideration of the ongoing COVID-19 health concerns, we are offering the option for the public to participate through Zoom, if that's what they prefer. Instructions on how to participate virtually are included in the City Council calendar with the item listed on the front page of missionks.org. Would you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Audrey, would you please call roll?
Boltinghouse.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Flora.
Here.
Inman. Kring.
Here.
Rothrock. Sloshmacher. And Thomas.
Here.
Thank you.
We do have a revised agenda for tonight's meeting, so I would entertain a motion to approve our revised agenda.
Mayor, I move the City Council approve the December 15th, 2021 City Council meeting agenda as revised.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? Seeing none, Audrey, please call for the vote.
Sloshmacher. Thomas.
Aye.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Rothrock. Inman. Kring. And Flora.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right, tonight's meeting does mark a change in the composition of the City Council following the November elections. And what's most desirable is we would have a reception to celebrate the change, to celebrate the outgoing government or governing body members, to celebrate the incoming governing body members, and celebrate the new mayor. However, in consideration of tonight's extreme weather, we did postpone the celebrations, and we are going to have them on January 12th. We are going to do them. I think they're important. But I would ask that we refrain from the comments and all of that, so that we can do that properly on the 12th, on January 12th at 5 o'clock. However, we do need to install our recently elected council members and the mayor. So I will now invite Ms. Randall to the lectern, please.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you, everyone, for coming in tonight's conditions and for your flexibility. I will just share a note about technology this evening. We did lose control of the overhead cameras for this evening, so we're using the alternative podium video camera so that we can capture what's happening in the room, since tonight of all nights, more physical activity is taking place than normal. So we'd like to capture the oath of office taking place in the main room. So I'll give my remarks from this seat tonight, but we do want to say that we echo the mayor's sentiments about having our moment and doing proper celebrations and thanks at a later date. But we do want to say to Mayor Appletoft and to Councilmember Rothrock a sincere thank you for your service, and we look forward to additional remarks at that later date where we can thank you properly and be all together. I do also give, of course, regrets for City Administrator Laura Smith, who is out and unable to be with us tonight. So I know she looks forward to joining at that later date, so we can all do what we intended to do this evening. So thank you for your service, and we'll ask you to step down now, and we will do the switch. And I will invite our city clerk, Audrey McClanahan, will now administer the oaths of office to Councilmember Hillary Thomas, Lea Loudon, Debbie Kring, and Ben Chociej. If you all can take your place here at the taped mark up front, we will administer the oath. It can be.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the laws and ordinances of the City of Mission,
the laws and ordinances of the City of Mission,
and faithfully discharge my duties
and faithfully discharge my duties
as council member
as council member
of the City of Mission, Kansas.
of the City of Mission, Kansas.
Congratulations and thank you.
And now Penn is changing out name tags, and so please feel free to make yourself comfortable at your new seats up at the dais. We'll take a minute. And I'll invite Councilmember Flora when she's free to come to the front so we can administer that oath as well.
Go ahead and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Kansas, and the laws and ordinances of the City of Mission, and faithfully discharge my duties as mayor of the City of Mission, Kansas. Congratulations.
All right, thank you so much. Congratulations to all our newly elected and re-elected members of the governing body. We look forward to working with each one of you in the future. Now we will proceed with the remainder of our agenda this evening. As soon as we are ready, Mayor Flora.
Yes, we do have one public hearing tonight, which is the amendment to the 2021 adopted budget from Mr. Scott. At this time, I would like to open the public hearing on the 2021 budget amendment. Mr. Scott, would you please provide a brief overview?
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Can you hear me? I'm going to make my remarks here from the table because the odd way the lectern is situated. So in accordance with the Kansas Budget Act, we are required to amend our annual budget to reflect any overtures and expenditures for the year. This is kind of an annual process that we go through, and it's not a reflection of inaccurate budgeting or over budgeting or anything like that, but rather just kind of events that occurred during the year that require us to increase our maximum authority under the budget law to be in accordance with state statutes. So there are, I think, 4 or 5 funds that we are adjusting our maximum expenditure authority on. Those are, 1, the Special Parks and Recreation Fund. We are increasing that from $87,655, which is the original budget authority amount, to $242,967, and that's to reflect the fact that we did a lease purchase agreement on cardio equipment for the community center back in the summer, and we're just accepting those proceeds. Then we'll turn around and expend those proceeds on the equipment. The second fund is a stormwater utility fund. We're increasing the budget from $3,299,575 to $4,331,941. That's to reflect the final expenditures that were made on the Rock Creek storm improvement between Roland Drive and Knoll, between Knoll and Roland Drive. Those are funds that project kind of lapped over into the beginning of this year in the spring. Those funds kind of followed it. They were actually budgeted bond proceeds from 2019. And then the equipment replacement fund, we're increasing that budget from 170,000 to 318,313. And that's to reflect that fund's actually done very well, and we received proceeds back from equipment that we've sold. So we've used those proceeds to buy a backhoe this year. And then finally, the American Rescue Plan Act, the ARPA fund, we received $756,255 this year. We're planning to use that to offset revenue losses that occurred from the closure of the community center and the swimming pool in the summer of 2020 during the height of the pandemic. So that concludes my remarks for the public hearing. If you have any questions or you'd like to comments from the public, yeah, we'll do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Any questions from council on that? All right, is there any member of the public who would like to speak to the 2021 budget amendment? If so, please raise your hand or note in the chat feature and we will call on you to speak. Just 1 second while we're monitoring the chat feature. All right, seeing no further comment or discussion, I will formally close the public hearing on the 2021 budget amendment. The council will consider a resolution to formally amend the 2021 budget under the Finance and Administration Committee report from Councilmember Kring. Next, we do not have any public hearings or any items related to the issuance of notes or bonds, so we will move on to our consent agenda. Our consent agenda tonight has 10 items. Our council committees met on December 8th and fully discussed each of these items. The committees agreed that these items listed on our consent agenda are routine enough to be considered under a single motion. If a council member or member of the public would like an item removed from the consent agenda, they may request that at this time. If not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
Mayor, I move that the city council adopt the consent agenda as printed items 4A through 4J.
Any discussion? Seeing none, Audrey, please call the roll.
Schlosmacher. Flora. Oh, sorry. Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Inman. Kring. Davis. Loudon. Thomas.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
All right, we will now move on to public comments. If any members of the public would like to make a comment on items not included on this agenda, now would be the time. If you are participating through Zoom, please either add your comment in the chat feature and it will be read out loud, or note that you would like to speak and we will call on you shortly to make your comment verbally. Please remember your comments or questions are visible to everyone in the meeting. If you are part of our in-person group tonight, please raise your hand but stay seated and we will call on you to the lectern to make your comments. When you make your comment, please state your name and city of residence for the record. Also be conscientious of others trying to speak and speak slowly and clearly. If I need to confirm something that may have been difficult to hear, I'll ask for clarification. Do we have any public comments? All right, seeing none, we will move on to our next item. We do not have any items tonight from the Planning Commission, and so we will move into committee reports. Councilmember Kring, will you please provide a report from the Finance and Administration Committee?
I will. Thank you, Madam Mayor. The Finance and Administration Committee met on December 8th and considered a total of 14 items. The acceptance of the meeting minutes were approved under the consent agenda, along with the insurance renewals, special alcohol tax fund allocations, budget ordinances, CMB renewals, and the update to the bank signatories. There are 5 additional items for review on the regular agenda tonight. First item is the resolution amending the 2021 budget. The adopted annual budget establishes the maximum expenditure authority for each fund or taxing authority for that particular fiscal year. Exceeding those expectations without formally amending the budget is a violation of the Kansas budget statutes. State law requires that a public hearing be held when amending the budget. A public hearing was held at the beginning of the city council meeting this evening. Expenditures that require the budget to be amended include an increase in the Special Parks and Recreation Fund, a final payment for the Rock Creek Channel repair, and equipment purchase for public works, as well as creating the fund for the allocation of the ARPA funding from the federal government. The budget amendment is approved through a resolution and will increase the expenditure authority in the 2021 budget only for those funds detailed in the action item summary. Therefore, Madam Mayor, I move the City Council approve the resolution to amend the maximum expenditure authority for the Special Parks and Recreation Fund, Stormwater Utility Fund, Equipment Replacement Fund, and the American Rescue Plan Act Fund in the City of Mission's 2021 budget.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Audrey, please call roll.
Inman. Davis. Thomas. Kring.
Aye.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Loudon. Chociej.
Aye.
Schlosmacher. Motion carried.
Thank you. The next item is the 2022 legislative priorities. The 2022 legislative program outlines the city's priorities and areas of interest or concern to be communicated to our state legislators at the outset of the legislative session. The city administrator and mayor drafted and reviewed the 2022 proposed legislative priorities with input from Stuart Little and Mallory Lutz with Little Government Relations. The city's legislative advocates. As with your previous year's programs, they have been developed from the League of Kansas Municipalities Annual Statement of Municipal Policy, Mission's previous program, and with guidance from LGR on issues of potential interest or concern for Mission in the upcoming legislative session. Also, from the feedback provided at the December 6th Finance Administration Committee, the following language was added to the program under the Promotion of Equity and Equality heading. While we recognize they are unenforceable mission supports, advocates and encourages efforts to address statewide legislation which would streamline the legal process for removing recorded covenants or restrictions that restrict ownership based on race, religious belief, or national origin from deeds, declarations, and other documents. Therefore, Madam Mayor, I move the City Council approve the 2022 legislative priorities for the City of Mission.
Inman. Schlosmacher. Chociej.
Aye.
Davis. Loudon. Thomas. Kring.
Aye.
And Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Motion carried.
The next item is the 2022 personnel policies and guidelines. Each year, staff conducts a review of the city's personnel policies and guidelines. Review ensures that the city's personnel policies conform with the most current federal and state regulations and accurately reflect the organization's current policies and practices. This year, the recommended changes include the proposed addition of the Juneteenth holiday to the city's list of holidays observed. The changes also include an adjustment to how donated leave is administered, slight clarifications of the paid parental and caregiver leave that was implemented in 2021, a cap of supplemental pay for workers' compensation, and clarification based on statute related to time off for victims of domestic assault and or sexual assault is also included. Changes to the policies are approved by ordinance, which incorporates them into the City of Mission Municipal Code with an effective date of January 1st, 2022. Therefore, Madam Mayor, I move the City Council approve the ordinance adopting the changes proposed to the City of Mission's personnel policies and guidelines effective January 1st, 2022.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Audrey, please call roll.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Schlosmacher. Chociej.
Aye.
Loudon. Davis. Inman. Kring.
Aye.
And Thomas.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Next item is an ordinance designating common consumption area. Kansas statute allows for the creation of a common consumption area to permit the possession and consumption of alcoholic liquor, specifically during a civic or special event and for use on sidewalk cafes and patios. Mission has included alcohol sales at various special events in recent years, including the Mission Market and food truck nights. Current regulations require the governing body to approve each time alcohol is to be sold, served, dispensed, and consumed in public parks, public parking lots, and other city property. Temporary extension of premise permits are required for licensed establishments to extend their on-premise area for sale and consumption. A common consumption area would facilitate easier permitting and greater flexibility for these events. Following the approval of the ordinance, the city will apply for a common consumption area permit from the state of Kansas Alcohol Beverage Commission. Private events will require a special event permit approved by the Community Development Department. Staff will review each application for event details, any safety concerns, and will review impacts to traffic noise, parking accommodations, event layout, and expected attendance. Therefore, Madam Mayor, I move the City Council approve an ordinance to establish a common consumption area in Mission's downtown area between Roland Drive to Lamar Avenue and authorizing the possession and consumption of alcoholic liquor within its boundaries.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Audrey, please call the roll.
Thomas. Davis. Loudon. Schlosmacher. Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Kring
Aye.
and Inman. Motion carried.
The last item for consideration are board and commission liaisons. In 2019, interest was expressed in establishing formal council liaison positions to the city's various advisory boards and commissions. The City Council Policy 130 was approved, creating the liaison positions and outlining roles and responsibilities. Liaison positions were to be updated in December of odd-numbered years. Since the initial adoption, the CIP committee has been disbanded. This requires a revision to the existing policy. In addition to removing the reference to the CIP committee, staff is also recommending appointments to the Mission Magazine editorial board and the Family Adoption Committee to be added to the policy. These positions have generally been successful and will be an important connection between the governing body and the boards and commissions. Under the current policy and that which is proposed, the mayor would make the appointments for a period of 2 years in order to allow the council liaison an opportunity to become familiar with the members and their established work plan, goals, and objectives. Therefore, Madam Mayor, I move the City Council approve the revised City Council Policy 130, detailing roles and responsibilities related to City Council communication and interaction with certain appointed commissions and committees, and establishing City Council liaisons to same.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Audrey, please call the roll.
Davis. Loudon. Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Inman. Kring.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see, Councilmember Boltinghouse, will you please provide a report from the Community Development Committee?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. The Community Development Committee also met on December 8th and considered 4 items with the meeting minutes, mowing contract, and emergency expenditure ratification approved under the consent agenda. There is one additional item for review tonight. 7F item is Anderson Park Tennis Court repairs. The 2 tennis courts at Victor X. Anderson Memorial Park are in need of substantial repairs due to usage and environmental damage. The current scope of work will include repairs such as a court rebuild with post-tension concrete, new fencing, and new surfacing, upgraded lighting system, and installation of a shade system bench. 16 vendors were solicited for the project, and staff recommends accepting the bid from McConnell and Associates in an amount not to exceed $340,846. McConnell and Associates guarantees all construction and workmanship for 1 year and can begin as early as February, pending weather conditions. The updated courts would then be available for the summer and fall months. Project improvements would be paid for from the Park Systems Improvements budget identified in the Parks and Recreation Capital Improvement Plan, which is funded by the Parks and Recreation sales tax revenues. Mayor, I move the City Council approve the bid for McConnell and Associates in an amount not to exceed $340,846 for tennis court surface, lights, seating, and perimeter fencing demolition and replacement at Victor X. Anderson Memorial Park.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, Audrey, please call the roll.
Thomas. Loudon. Davis. Inman. Kring. Chociej.
Aye.
And Schlosmacher. Oh, and Boltinghouse, sorry.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Does that conclude your report?
It's fair.
All right, thank you very much. We do not have any unfinished business or new business, and so we will move into comments from the City Council. This is an opportunity for comments from our council members. In the interest of getting everyone home safely as soon as possible, please limit your comments to essential items only. Does anyone have anything they would like to share tonight? Councilmember Schlesmacher.
Yep. In case everybody is not aware, this is my last night on the Mission City Council, and I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody. It's been a pleasure working with everyone. It's been a great place to call home for nearly a decade now, but we have made the decision to move on, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to step down from the council. Between changes in my job and just changes in life that we've all gone through in the past year, it's kind of taken things in a different direction. So I'll definitely be around. I'll definitely come to drink some good beer and get some good food around here, but unfortunately, we're moving, and regretfully, it's a bittersweet day. This will be my last day.
Do we have any other council comments?
I just want to make a comment. We have the upcoming Adopted Families event that will be taking place soon. And just wanted to thank everybody who picked up a tag off one of the trees out in the corridor. It's real important that we supply and support our families in need in this community and beyond. And I thank everybody who's done that. I think the community center's done a phenomenal job. And I thank Penn and his staff for always keeping on board with everything we're doing for the community members, because I think it's real important. Secondly, I want to say thank you to Brian specifically for all his work as well as the rest of the staff on the budget issues. We always look really good to the state because of our numbers and the way they're put together. And I want to thank you personally and professionally for a great job. So thanks again on the budget.
Thank you. This evening, we have several appointments to consider for the Planning Commission, as well as appointments of our City Council liaisons. First, I put before you the appointments of Cynthia Smith, Ward 2, Brian Schmid, Ward 3, and Amy Richards, Ward 4, for the Planning Commission with terms expiring December 31st, 2023. Amy was unable to make it tonight, but Cynthia and Brian are in the audience. Is there a motion?
Mayor, I move the city council appoint Brian Schmid, Ward 3, Cynthia Smith, Ward 2, and Amy Richards, Ward 4, for the planning commission with terms expiring December 31st, 2023.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Did you say Brian Schmidt of Ward 3?
I did.
Okay, just verify.
Yeah, Brian and Cynthia, maybe if you want to wave so council can see you. Yeah. Any other questions or comments from council? All right, not Audrey, please call the roll.
Loudon. Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Chociej.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Kring. Inman. Davis. Schlesmacher. Motion carried.
All right, next, I am pleased to announce the following city council liaison appointments to the city's various boards and commissions, all with terms expiring December 31st, 2023, in accordance with council policy 130. Council members Debbie Kring and Hillary Thomas will be liaisons to the Sustainability Commission. Councilmember Lea Loudon will be the liaison to the Parks, Recreation, and Tree Commission. Councilmember Trent Boltinghouse will be the liaison for the Mission Magazine Editorial Board. And finally, Councilmember Ben Chociej will be the liaison for the Family Adoption Committee. Thank you all who agreed to be liaisons this upcoming year. Next, we will move on to our city administrator's report. Emily Randall, do you have any items you would like to share with the city council in Laura's absence?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I do just briefly, I wanted to specifically thank Councilmember Schlesmacher. Thank you for your service, your years of service, and we do hope you stay in touch and stay around. Just from this item as well, wanted to say that the November interim financial reports are included in the meeting packet and are available online. If there are any particular questions or concerns about those, please let staff know and we can address those at a later date. Related to Councilmember Schlesmacher's news, we do have the post to fill his position for Ward 2 council member position posted and open now. So if anyone is interested in serving in that capacity for the remainder of his term, please contact staff with a resume and letter of interest. We're also advertising vacancies for our Sustainability Commission and our Park Recreation and Tree Commission. So if people are interested in serving, even if you're just curious or have questions about what that involves, please call City Hall and we can get you the information. We'd love to have your interest known and make those appointments. We do have City Hall closed for the holidays coming up. We'll split the weekend, so we'll be closed on the 24th and the 27th, and then again, December 31st for the New Year holiday. And that is all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. We do not have a need for an executive session this evening. So the last thing before we adjourn tonight, I want to share with the public that the video from this meeting will be available through a link on our website, missionks.org. There being no further business tonight, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. All right. Everyone in favor, say aye. Thank you.